One Punch Man season
3.
chat, and I don't know if you've been living under a rock or above the rock or near one. Something strange has been happening in the anime community. I don't know why I'm looking over there. I've seen something interesting over there. I'll tell you what it is, but I think it might shock you. Anyway, there's something strange that's been happening in the anime community, and it's very, very weird, right? I'm still looking over there. Let me look over here. And I find it kind of stupid. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. So as you can see, you probably have seen this scene many, many times. Or at least you've seen the photo of the scene, right? For copyright reasons, we would not be playing the scene. I'm just showing you the picture. Yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I'm getting at. However, a lot of people seem to be bent out of shape that this scene had this character sliding. And I say this character because I don't remember the name. All right, I'm sorry. I'm terrible with names. If I don't say it constantly, then I won't know it. Grogu, or something like that. Probably Grogu. You know, the dark side or the light force, or Star Trek, or whatever you want to call it. But we have a situation where people are getting bent out of shape because the guy is sliding down grass on the side of a mountain, a slope. Really, I wouldn't call it a mountain, more like a slope or a grassy hill or a plain that's diagonal, whatever. And people said, "Oh, this is just that's just a PNG file that's been moved around on the screen. It's not real animation. It's not a real animation of him sliding down a hill. Apparently, there's more motion when your body is stiff and you're sliding down a hill. Apparently, you're waving your arms all around and you're doing all the other stuff. Apparently, that's what they want to see. They don't want to see an actual person sliding down the hill who is, I can see his six-pack abs from here, chat. Nothing's flowy on this dude's body. Not even his hair, apparently. But they want more fluidity. Yeah, that's a big word. I know that word. They want more fluidity when he's sliding down the hill. Chat, the dude is like built like a brick and he's sliding across like grass. What more do you want? It's not, I've seen the beginning after the end. Remember that anime? Did I just hit puberty? What the beginning after the end? The beginning after the end is an anime that had a lot of that inside the action scenes, right? And they gave us little action scenes in this one, right? And I didn't necessarily notice that. I didn't notice any PNG type of elements that people are complaining about. I don't know if they're complaining about anything else. All I know is they're specifically complaining about some dudes sliding stiffly, no diddy, or down a mountain hill. Even though these characters way over here, right here, are animated, chat. They're animated. And they're animated pretty nicely. Not too like crazy. It's just like what you would normally see with someone running away. They animate it as best as they can, really. But when they see this, like, nah, they fell off. They fell off. You know what made it worse, chat? Is that I don't know how true this is, but I'm like 80% sure that this is true. There are people bullying the creator of One Punch Man. I don't know if they were bullying the creator or the studio or an artist. I just recall someone saying creator, and he removed his account off of X. And to those of you who don't call it X, they call it Twitter. I bet you don't even like Twitter to begin with. So why do you even care? Well, that's beside the point. They were bullying this creator, and he removed his account. All because of this moment and maybe some other moment. Well, it doesn't really matter what moment it is. Remember a while ago I said there are people in the anime community with mud on their boots, or they're coming into the anime community with mud on their boots. This is what I'm talking about. Well, at least one of the ones. I was specifically at the time talking about people who are like have a problem with fan service. Chat, you can have fan service, you can leave it, you take it or leave it. It doesn't really matter to me if it's there or it's not. However, people who are getting bent out of shape because it is there, then don't watch it. Don't watch anime, or don't watch that particular anime. You want to watch you have a problem with that, then watch Kiki's Delivery Service. Yeah, there it is. No fan service there as far as I know. Yeah, go watch some baby anime and have fun. Have fun with your little baby whatever you got going on. Chat, normally, you know me. I try to be sweet, nice. But there's an elephant in the room, and I'm not talking about Big Back McGee over there. Crap, I gave him away. Sorry. Anyway, I'm kidding. I'm not talking about this guy either, or kid. It's just sad to see these supposed anime lovers bullying the creator, and I'm assuming this is the creator, bullying the creator of one of the one of a I wouldn't say the greatest, but is One Punch Man great. It's going to go down in history as one of the greatest, right? I'm not talking about Yu Yu Hakusho or Naruto or Dragon Ball. Those are on a, or even Inuyasha or Big O or all these ones from way back, way back. Fully Cooley, Eureka 7. I'm just naming names, chat. Stop me. One Punch Man probably won't be up there because that's above the clouds. One Punch Man will probably be right below the clouds. Solo Leveling will probably be skyscraper high. Yeah, not below the clouds, not above the clouds, but just below the above. You know what I'm talking about. The fact that people feel the need to go onto a website that people already hate just to bully a man that they said that they liked, or a man. I'm assuming it's a man. So a wild candy, a girl can't create One Punch Man. I don't know. One Punch Woman, is there a One Punch Woman? Anyway, it's baffling to me. I know gatekeeping is a very, very bad idea. Under no circumstances should you gatekeep. And I say that because if you somehow lose those keys and someone else that you don't necessarily agree with gets a hold of those keys, you might lose everything. Kind of like two-stepping like a dance move, two-stepping authorization for your Discord or something like that. I had a friend who lost his entire Discord because he he lost his two-step authorization or some nonsense. But you got to use the app or whatever. I don't know. I think I've done that once. I'm pretty sure I have, or maybe it was just a friend. But it's a dangerous thing, chat. However, gatekeeping anime. I said gatekeeping, by the way. Sometimes I don't complete my words. Gatekeeping anime would prevent stuff like this. I would hope. I can't see into the future, chat. So, take it with a grain of salt. Take anything says with a grain of salt. Anything, yeah, not anyone. But it's not that big of a deal. When I watched this, I didn't get any of that. And here's the crazy thing. I heard what people were saying about this. And one of my viewers, King Remedy, he said something in one of my live streams. I do live stream almost every day. Anyway, he was saying how when you hear things, we were both talking about this, when you hear things like a bunch of dislike from a bunch of people, you go into watching something or you won't enjoy it like you normally would if you didn't hear that, because now it's in your back of your subconscious. You're looking for these problems that people are saying and this amplifying. This isn't necessarily a problem. Whatever I'm hearing cannot amplify this. This is what you would normally look like if you're sliding down a hill, not a mountain, and you're bricked up, no diddy, like from head to toe. It's not that big of a deal. And here's the thing. I don't think this is coming from true anime lovers. I think this is coming from a bunch of jerks. Yeah, I said it. You're a bunch of jerks. Every last one of you. Going around bullying man. Think y'all big and bad? Don't bully me. Because you wouldn't like what comes after that. But those guys are a bunch of jerks. There's no reason for you to go onto someone's X account or Twitter account and bully someone into deleting their account, especially the creator of One Punch Man. If you liked One Punch Man and then you started, giving the guy the business because of this scene or anything like it, then I don't think you're really a fan of it. What was he supposed to do, chat? What kind of animation would you have for someone sliding down a hill? Someone waving their arms out, like looking like they're gonna fall over? Whoa, it's a comedy. Woo. Is that how you want it to be? Kind of crazy if you ask me. No, I'm not trying to rhyme, but sometimes I'm just on time. Whatever. Anyway, it's just normally I will talk about anime, chat, and take you through the process of every episode and everything. But first off, it's season 2. I feel like everybody who's watching this anime has already seen season 1, so knows what it's about. And I really don't want to spoil anything for anybody. I just think that people need to calm down and enjoy it. I'm not saying you can't critique is that, hey, this scene look kind of weird, hopefully you guys do it better next time. However, how do you do it better on this? I'll be wanting to click on this because I think this is an actual video. It's not, but for some reason I was looking at it. I thought I saw little specks of grass coming up from out of his from where he's sliding and everything. I kind of thought I see that. Someone checked into that. Put in the comments if you think you saw that. But I don't expect much animation from a dude with a 6-pack sliding down a hill, chat. That's proper. That's that's proper way how to do it. Man, you guys are out of control. But like I said before, chat, there are people coming into the anime community with mud on their boots. There are people out there who want to, ruin it for everybody else. The people who love it are pretty, for the most part, kind of quiet, or as quiet as you can be when you like love something so much. But the people who hate it, they got big mouths, really big mouths. They got nothing better to do but to bully people and critique in the wrong way. Critiquing in the wrong way. Critiquing is fine. Constructive criticism is fine. But is critique and constructive crusty crusty and strict. Ugh. Crusty constructive. Hey, chat. My name is Candy. Sometimes I try to say words and they just don't come out right, But we're here. You're doing our best, as far as you know. But that's about it, chat. I think season 3, not season 3, season 2 is gearing up to be really nice. One thing I hope that they don't do is turn him into too much of a good guy, or at least it seems like they're going to blur the line between him being a good guy and a bad guy, chat. I think that is what makes a great character, when you're not sure who's right or who's wrong. You're pretty much at this point trying to see who wants it more. The character is not necessarily a bad guy. He's, for the most part, he seems like a good guy. He got morals, but at the same time, he has his own desires and wants. See what I'm saying, chat? And I think that's what makes him like a perfect villain character. I think we have a situation in One Punch Man where I feel like the real story, aside from Saitama being overly powerful and his struggle is dealing with that. Like, he doesn't have any challenge. He can't really be a great hero because he's already great. He was given his prize way too early, so he doesn't have the satisfaction of building up to that. But we do get to see the bad guy gearing up. It's like a flip, chat. It's like a switch. It's on the flip side, where we get to see the villain slowly getting powerful and more stronger and getting better and better. I like seeing this guy more than I like seeing Saitama, chat. Everybody wants to talk about Saitama. No, I want to talk about this guy, Grogu. Yeah. All his force activities, Black Air Force energy. Yeah. That's a Star Wars reference, right? Or is that Star Trek? Anyway, chat. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. There are a lot of bad anime lovers out there. I'm still looking over there. There's a lot of bad anime lovers out there, and gatekeeping, chat. Tell me, do you think true anime lovers should gatekeep? Jeez Louise, gatekeep. True anime lovers gatekeep anime, because everybody wants their hand in that cookie jar. Not everybody's is like understanding of a situation like this. Some anime lovers are, going out there and just messing with your bread and butter, chat. There are some anime lovers out there. I'm gonna repeat this. There are some anime lovers out there who are messing with our bread and butter, and that being the literal creator of One Punch Man, or at least somebody from One Punch Man. You can't have that. Like, if you see that stuff, report it immediately. Point them out. Don't, fight fire with fire, but, tell them that they're rude, so they need to do better. Give them the whole meme, stop it, get some help. Yeah, give him Michael Jordan or Mike Tyson. I get them confused. One of the two. Anyway, chat, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.